So that would be considered the chef's table. So the Great Oak Steakhouse is in Pachanga, and it's located in Temecula, California. It's considered two separate. So what happens is the chef's table gives a view of private dining into the open kitchen. And so in the middle of this room, there's a exquisite dining table that then you're sitting in between both of the wine cellars, and you have an open view to the whole kitchen where everyone's cooking everything. It's an amazing experience. The way that this was designed is to just accent and give a pleasurable experience for dining on every level. And the way that the wine cellars were designed, temperature controlled, the selection of wine that they're using in this space, you're going to a top level steakhouse that could hardly be beat with the experience of how what you're experiencing in the space. It all developed over time, and mainly what it was is just the different wood finishes, how we're going to be representing the two separate enclosures, whether we cool the whole space or keep it separate. It changed so many times, but at the end of the day, with what was accomplished, it was two separate custom cellars on either side of a whole dining, of the interior of a dining area. So if we want to talk about the cooling real quick, what we ended up doing, they have a large amount of free space above the lid. And so what we had to do is we had to mount our cooling systems above the ceiling and sit them in emergency drain pans, work around 1,000 other people. And I'm not joking about that. It was insane. We utilized Wine Guardian water-cooled systems for each of these enclosures. I believe they were 1-ton systems for each one, for the left and the right enclosure. And then what we had to do is we had to make custom insulated cabinets. We did this all in-house in our shop. The cabinets that you see there, which it's walnut wood, and there was a custom stain on it that we had to do. Each of these cabinets are in the interior is they're insulated in order to make sure that it retains the temperature and that you don't get mold and mildew down the line, and that it also maintains humidity. And so within the top of these cabinets through the ceiling, we have ducts coming through on the left and right side of the enclosures for the supply and return. And then you have that Wine Guardian system up above that we did a water-cooled system, so it's not exhausting a ton of hot air into the above space, and so it's cooled by chilled water. And so what they're doing is creating a private dining experience within the restaurant. And so rather than cooling the whole area, we created separate wine cellars in order for it to be accommodating to dining and not being within a temperature-controlled space that's 55 degrees. So yes, so it was challenging, but it was definitely the best idea for what they were looking to accomplish. And so if you look, you see the grills there, and it shows you where the grills were located. There were specifics of how they wanted the grills made, everything, every detail just was not left out. And so we also have recessed lights within these cabinets as well that we had to make inserts for, and it washes down the front of the bottles, so it gives another accent of lighting to the display. And then another vendor did the glass doors, but we did the glass for the enclosures. If you asked our stainer what it took to get and match the exact same stain of what they had on site, it was a little challenging because they use a lot of plywood, but with custom wine cellars and what we do, we use a lot of hardwood and plywood mix. So you get a lot of different colors using hardwood compared to just sheets of ply that come the same grain and everything. And yes, it's definitely challenging, but we had to bleach some wood to make it match, and took a while, but it it all worked out. So what it is it's golden bronze vertical post, and they're sitting on golden bronze pegs as well. It's a great way to display the wine horizontally, and you could see the labels, and it just gives a very nice presentation.